Anybody that's ever been through this knows it's one of the hardest things in the world, but vlogging will help. So let's kick it off officially. You guys know what to do. Grab yourselves a tasty treat and a beverage of your choice and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside this vlog at all times. Go back to the car. Here he comes. I found the treehouse. Hi, I'm Christina from Hammocks to Coasters.
I have told you time and time again, you're not going to paint the baby pink.
Gonna drive the Jeep. Gonna drive it down the road. See where we go. So I'm innocently strolling around this very nice. 1, 2, 3, go. On the next episode of Alone Family Challenge.
Hi, Mr. Ping.
Who is this little bundle of joy?
So we are starting our journey from Maine back to Florida. This is day 1. Just left my parents' house in Corinna, which is why I'm in tears. Most of you know, and I'm not going to say much because I'll just start bawling again. Most of you know why I came home, and that it may be the last time I ever see my dad. So, I know, wipe my tears off. So anyway, today's vlog might be kind of emotional. I'm going to try to not be too emotional on camera. Vlogging does help. Teddy said first stop is lemon loaf at Dunkin', so I waited till Newport to kick it off. My parents live in Corinna.
Next stop is airport.
No, we're not going to the airport today. Teddy wanted lemon loaf, so we're here in Newport. Usually on my first day, I tell you gas. Well, I actually filled up the Jeep. I guess wishful thinking. I still wish I had my Jeep. I filled up Sky yesterday in Corinna. Gas was $3.52. It's like 15 cents cheaper than Newport. That's because Newport does get people right off the interstate. So do know that sometimes along the interstate, in any state you are, gas is going to be a little bit more. So I did fill up in Corinna yesterday at $3.52. I don't know what else really to say. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like 65 degrees here in Newport, Maine, and Teddy wants lemon loaf. So we're gonna dry Mama's tears off and go in. But I know I don't have to say too much because those of you out there that have ever been through this, oh, thank you, honey. You know, you just know. I don't need to really put many words to it. You know how hard it is. And he doesn't understand, but one day he will. And thank you for wiping Mama's tears. So we've had, hold on, I'm holding my camera funny here. There we go. We had kind of same thing happen yesterday. We went to the regular Dunkin' here in town, out of lemon loaf yesterday. Had to come over here to the Dunkin' at Walmart. Same thing happened this morning. Went to the regular one where I did the intro and stuff. Went inside, still no lemon loaf. Came over here to Walmart, which worked out good anyway, because then when they gave me my iced coffee, they didn't have any straws. So I've been telling you guys for a while now that I needed a new travel mug, and that's why I'm holding my phone with not normal hand that I normally hold my phone with. I needed to grab this with my right hand. I got a nice mug that I can designate for coffee. And you're eating lemon loaf finally. So there you go, folks. Finally, Newport, Palmyra area, the town line's right here. This Walmart technically is in Palmyra, not Newport. I just call it Newport. Teddy has his lemon loaf. I have my last chocolate stick because you won't start seeing those anymore when you go south. So I should show you my last, I mean, not that it's different. I mean, it kind of is. It's just a stick donut. It's just different than a normal chocolate glazed donut, but it's just our thing. We have them when we're in home in Maine. Mark and I usually do. So anyway, it hurting my hand to hold the phone with his hand. So now we're hitting the highway. I know it's a glare on that, but I just had to show you guys. Evidently, even though you're in the middle of nowhere, if you have a fancy car here in the Newport area, you can just take up 2 or 3 spots without any worry. Oh, this is our next update. I was gonna stop in Gardner at the rest area, but Teddy was actually snoozing, taking a nap. It is low today, huh? So we're stopping here in Yarmouth for a potty break and a leg stretch. Echinacea, Queen Anne's lace. Teddy's saying hi to Smokey. You want to turn around and get your picture, honey? Want to say cheese? What you looking at, babe? We use potty. Now we're trying to get Wiggles out. This way to run. This way to run, Teddy. Run towards me. Trying to get some Wiggles out. Usually if I'm by myself, like without Mark, I stop in Augusta and visit the grave of Patrick, who was my first true love. And he passed away many moons ago, but a lot of times if I'm by myself, I like to kind of stop and just stand near his grave for a bit. And today I really couldn't do that. Teddy was conked out. So after a nap, as you can see, now it's time to get some Wiggles out. Other than that, the ride's been smooth so far. Right now it's kind of overcast here in Yarmouth. Kind of overcast, kind of slightly, that you can tell there's a fog sitting offshore. No, we don't need to undo the flags, Teddy. He is full of it now. He had a good enough nap. He is just full of it. So really trying to get some Wiggles out. I don't know that walking on the benches is a good idea. I'm filming you. Gosh, if I had known he was going to have this much energy for Wiggles out, I would have stopped up the road a bit in Freeport and gone to LL Bean, but I figured it would be a quick, and then he'd want to move on to the next stop for snacks. Because I was going to try to wait, like why I wanted to stop in Gardner's, they have food, but he was asleep, so I stopped here just because I absolutely had to use the potty. I couldn't wait till Kennebunk. But I figure we're going to stop in Kennebunk to get some snacks, so oh, let him run a little bit more. Wiggle, 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 wiggles. Wiggle, 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 wiggles. Another episode of you? Yes. The first episode of you? He's such a ham now. But anyway, that's been our trip so far. My emotions have been up and down, which was probably another reason why I didn't want to stop and visit Patrick's grave, although I did blow kisses off into the direction of his cemetery where he's buried. But my emotions are, as to be expected, up, down, all around. I see you. I don't think you're really supposed to be doing that, are you? You think you're so funny, don't you? We're here in Kennebunk finally, getting Burger King. It is so like dead quiet in here. Sapporo just closed. Dunkin' has a long line. Teddy wanted to sit by the lighthouse. It's really like mega quiet in here. Working on everything. Of course, usually I don't pay in cash. Today that's all I had on me was cash, and like to get to order with cash was a headache. But anyway, we have our food. I just went with a Bacon King. Sounded good. I didn't want fries or anything. Teddy's having the kids meal with chicken nuggies. He's already wolfed down 2. Good job on those. And he went with some Capri Sun juiced. Oh, there's his other nuggie. There's his third. So he has 1 down, 1 going down. That's good to see. Saving our little toy thing for after. What is it today? Oh, it's like this little thing with dinosaurs. That'll be good.
Yeah, it upgraded.
It upgraded? Oh, got a question for you guys. Comment below. Whose fries do you like better? Burger King or McDonald's or like Wendy's or Arby's, or whose fries do you like best? Every time I get anything at Burger King with fries, Teddy never, ever likes Burger King's fries. He did eat all the nuggies, but he never likes the fries from Burger King. That was odd. That was very odd. Of course, this is the travel plaza I grew up around because I grew up in my earlier stages of life here in Maine, nearby here in southern Maine in Gorham, Maine. So if we would ever go, I don't know, down through here, especially go to Cary Trading Post or something, we always would stop at this travel plaza. That was just odd. And I feel bad for the Burger King line currently because it took us forever. We only had one person ahead of us. Now there's like a line of 30 people, especially with the pizza shop closed and so much else closed. So if you want real food, it's really kind of the quick store, convenience store type grab and go, or it was Burger King. Went in to use the potty after our lunch, and when we came out of the stall to go wash our hands, we had to try 6 sinks before we found one with soap, to actually use soap to wash our hands. That was an experience. So it is going on 20 past noon. Really, we have just kind of been lollygagging our way down through. Another interesting note was I used cash when I went through the toll plaza up in Gardner. So when I came through the one here, kind of Scarborough, South Portland area, where whatever town that technically the toll booth is in, it had a line for cash, and I thought, good, I'll use cash, which I normally don't, but I've had trouble here in Maine that they don't read my Easy Pass very well. So usually then it's the take the picture with the plate, and then to pay the state of Maine after is sometimes a headache. So I thought, well, I have plenty of cash, I'll go through. So I went through the cash line to get up to it with a little sign saying there's nobody available, and they're just gonna take a picture of your plate anyway. So I wish I had just gone through the Easy Pass line. So that was kind of comical. There's been a lot of comical things, but this is our last stop here in Maine. Somebody was reading, I think, stickers on our door. We'll be going quickly through New Hampshire, then into Mass, not very much time in Mass, and then into Connecticut, which will be a little bit because we're going all the way across Connecticut to get to our hotel for tonight. If you wonder what Teddy's playing with, he has these placemats, and one is like a world map, one is a US map, and one is the solar system. So he wanted to look at those for the next leg of the drive. Here we go, headed out of Maine. The Portsmouth Kittery Bridge, whichever way you want to call it. Technically called the Piscataqua River Bridge. There it is, the state line, New Hampshire. I need to say it louder. New Hampshire! Just pulled into the Mass Pike. The first Mass rest area. Sorry, I'm all discombobulated because my child corrected me. Thank you. See, he just did it. When you grow up in Maine, you typically don't always say Massachusetts. Most of us from Maine just say Mass. The Mass Pike, Mass Border, Mass Rest Area, any of that. We usually just call it Mass. I said Mass and Teddy went, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
I'm like, yes, sir. So to update you on tolls so far, in Maine and Gardner, which is the northernmost toll in Maine, beyond that you don't get charged tolls, it was $1. Then the other one there at the other side of Portland was $1, and then the big one here coming out of Maine is $4. So that's a total of $6 in tolls in Maine. And then New Hampshire was $2. I had to laugh because New Hampshire takes cash as well, but not from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So if you're going through the New Hampshire one from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., you'll get a picture of your plate taken if you don't have an Easy Pass or whatever. I kind of experimented with some of this today because I wanted to include it in the vlog. So you can sometimes pay cash in Maine and New Hampshire if you don't have, an Easy Pass or whatever. But if you don't worry. They will take a picture of your plate. You will get a bill in the mail. So if you don't have cash, no worries. If you don't have an Easy Pass, no worries. There are several ways, and if there's no other way, they will take a picture of your plate and mail you a bill. So no worries there. So it is 1:04. We just hit Massachusetts. We're going to take another little stretch break. I'm going to grab a Diet Moxie out of my case. Can you believe the whole time in Maine, I never had a Moxie? Not once did I have a Moxie the whole time I was in Maine. And then finally at Walmart the other day, I did see the diet ones, which Maine is usually the only place you can get the diet ones. So I'm going to have finally... Didn't necessarily need a potty break, but he wanted to get some wiggles out. They do have some nice picnic tables here. There is a restroom. Although if I remember right, this is only open like daytime hours. I think we've come through here in the middle of the night before and couldn't have access to it, but I can't remember for sure. And it's interesting because it looks like your normal building, but there's not actually flush toilets in it. They're like composting toilets. It's interesting. So we've been up and down several times, run around several picnic tables while he gets his wiggles out. Teddy, can I come film this sign a little bit? Scenic Salisbury, that's where we are, Salisbury, Mass. So we'll be turning off 95 very soon and turning on to 495 up through, and then a little spot on the Mass Pike. Don't go too close to that other sidewalk, please. I'm trying to get him to stay in the middle because people fly through here. Don't pick the leaves off. Want me to teach you, Teddy? This is a maple tree. See the maple leaf? It's a maple tree. So then we take 495 around, a little bit of the Mass Pike, and then turn on to 84 right before Massachusetts dumps me down into Connecticut. And then we'll be on 84 through Connecticut to our hotel that's in Danbury. You're so silly. You are so silly. So silly. Teddy wanted some popcorn. I still have ice in my cup, so I'm just going to add a Diet Moxie into it with a little bit of iced coffee left over, so it'll be a combo. But anyway, it is what it is. Snack break. We're at the Connecticut Welcome Center, which is a good 15-20 miles into Connecticut on 84. I didn't take my phone over to the Maine area with me because we weren't sure if it was like really going to start raining again heavy, and I had to carry the umbrella and everything. But Teddy's excited because here at the Connecticut Welcome Center they have a version of Dipping Dots. So he has some cotton candy Dipping Dots. He is super excited with that. He loves the vending machines. How you put the money in, you make your selection, then the arm goes over and picks it up and drops it and opens the case. How are those Dippin' Dots? Must be good. He's speechless. All right, so this is probably our last stop. It is showing your typical Connecticut slowdown as we head into rush hour. Did not time this as well as I had hoped. So we're just going to have to take a good stretch break right now, pack our patience. And I know going through Hartford and through Waterbury, there's going to be slowdowns. So might be 2 hours before we get to the hotel or more. Hopefully the slowdowns aren't too bad. So, but it's typical. That's typical. The good thing is, with it being overcast, that's kind of actually good, because if you go westbound into Hartford at sunset, when the sun is setting, it is really killer on your eyes. So there's your travel tip. Don't ever plan on going westbound through Hartford as the sun is setting. It will just blind you. But I'm going to grab myself another Diet Moxie. I'm sure he's not going to share, are you? He's quite happy with his Dippin' Dots. If you're a fan of Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson, especially the movie version, you keep hearing cats go, that's going to be in the book. Oh, that's going to be really good in the book. That's going to be really good in the book. Oh, that'll be really good in the book. That'll be a hit in the book. You know, things like that. Teddy's now telling me, you going to put that on YouTube? Are you going to put that on YouTube? Are you going to put that on YouTube? So what was it you were telling me, Teddy? Why do you come to Connecticut? For Dipping Dots. Because they're offered at the Welcome Center. So he goes, this is why I keep coming to Connecticut. There you go, folks. It's the only thing Connecticut has to offer. Dipping Dots. First slowdown coming into Hartford, quoting a 26-minute delay. So here we go. Just a little bit through Hartford. I kind of knew it would happen. It's Connecticut. My friend Laura and I were talking about it the other day. It's Connecticut. Hi, Teddy.
Yeah, I'm in the winter.
So I'm still stuck in traffic in Hartford, but I had to give a big congratulations to this through hiker finishing the AT. Congratulations, Pack Mule. That is awesome. Still trottling through Hartford. I love this mural with this jar of fireflies. So I wanted to capture that. Something cute just happened too. I was just explaining to Teddy we had to pack our patience, you know, just go through it. He goes, I forgot to pack mine. I thought that was adorable. I started laughing. He goes, why are you laughing? I said, that was cute. You forgot to pack your patience. Do a wider shot here. Just slowly still blocking our way through Hartford. It was quite an accident, I guess. It closed like multi-lanes, and now just catching up and getting through Hartford. And then we'll have an hour to go. All right, gang. Yeah, I'll get your Kindle out in a second. Let's just close out our travel vlog. So we're in our hotel for the night. I will be filming this separately for a review, but we're all cozy for the night, all safe. Gonna have some Popeyes for dinner. So hope you enjoyed our first day of travel. Peace and love, gang. Keep adventuring, and hey, what's next? How far will we get tomorrow, Teddy?